Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dungeon Ding Nuts, the channel where we have high levels of food and low levels of energy somehow.
Real?
Yes.
The life of a college student.
Or just somebody in their 20-somethings.
Yeah,
True.
probably. Like, my body's like,
Bro,
I'm
you're saying I have
supposed
high
to be
levels of
dead.
food?
Why am I alive?
But it's actually a channel with high levels of entertainment, low levels of intelligence. Today we're back in Aventara, so we will get started here shortly, but we do have some housekeeping to get through first. So, first of all, as you could probably tell, merchandise. We still have some merch. So, if you want some, I gotta
Strip.
show it high.
Oh, whoa.
I thought you were pointing at the camera. I'm like, don't tell them to do that.
Oh, nip slip. A nut slip.
Nut slip!
Do we have to censor that?
Oh, it depends on who's doing the nut slip, I guess.
Oh, there's a lot of
boy.
censoring in this
All right,
episode today.
Reggie will start off the game with 11 psychic damage.
Yes.
Holy! Did you just roll a d20?
I did indeed.
Anyway, you can tell it's a lot of energy today. But we do have some merchandise, so if you want some of our t-shirts, go ahead and comment down below on the video of your favorite moment from the episode, and also your favorite D&D class. I'm gonna do a not so weird question. So, favorite D&D class and your favorite moment from this episode, then you'll be entered for our giveaway for one of our Dungeon D Nuts t-shirts.
Favorite character in YSB1?
Check us out on Instagram, YouTube, X/Twitter, I don't know what to call it, TikTok, and any other social medias that you might find us on. It will all be under Kings of Media or Dungeon Ding Nuts. So check it out for any updates of miniseries, stat blocks, just a bunch of other things. Last episode we showed off some art. We don't have any more art submissions, but we do love art. So if you have any, do let us know and we will show it off.
Speaking of that art submission, I looked at it more later. I didn't have time to read the names on it in the episode, but I know who did. I want to know which of you guys did that. I know who you guys are. Which one of you drew that? It was really good. Good job.
I will find you. I will thank you.
Thank you. It made me very happy.
Yes. Merchandise, art submissions, social medias.
Wesley's back.
Yeah, Coryllis, Wesley's back for this episode today. We're grateful for that. We have a full table.
We get more awkward conversations.
Hey!
Yay.
No conversation will be awkward as long as I'm here. At least not for the first session.
Yeah.
That's what we said.
You severely underestimate their ability to be awkward.
Oh,
Granted, this is my second session, and I said for the first session.
He's speaking in past tense. But we will jump into today's episode with no further notes and housekeeping. So, back into Aventara.
Awesome. All right. Well, so last time, quick recap. Lindworm season started. The lindworms are massive sea serpents with dragon wings. It's wonderful times.
Lindworms count as dragons.
Yes,
Can I kill
Good to
them?
know.
absolutely.
You may try.
You can try. Yes.
Weedy.
They're great beasts, but they currently can't fly high enough to reach the players who are currently on islands that are about a little further than half, like 2/3 of the way up to airplane cruising altitude.
Terrifyingly high.
Terrifyingly high, but in a couple of weeks they'll be tall enough to go. They also stayed on the island where Ron Roffin where Ron Roffin lives. And we're told that they would eventually show up at the games, which would be the only way for them to remember learning anything about the mysterious Thron style of the Northern Isles. The 4 other islands that the clans live on, I actually said 5 last time, I apologize for that, there was only 4, arrived, and the 5 clans all gathered as well for the games. As all 4 of the islands arrived and the people finished singing their song, the central island appeared. The party and their friends jumped down to the island, and they needed to pick up one more member of their crew, where they met Bjorn, the Goliath barbarian, who no one else seems to want to hang out with for some reason, despite being absolutely massive.
Surely just scared.
He's super natty. Don't worry.
Surely just.
But
Surely just.
they
Scared.
were then informed that the first challenge
little
would
bit
be
of
to go and bring back a live Dragano, preferably in egg form, but they'll settle for any that you control in your hands. And it was going to begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin.
I'm running.
To where?
He doesn't know.
None of us.
I just got excited from the countdown.
So, like Bjorn here, as soon as the chief starts counting down, there's a massive wave of commotion that runs through the gathered warriors in their groups. And many of them start, as soon as it starts off, they start running off in basically every which direction. But there's also a fair bit of milling and confusion as people start realizing that while it seems like they know exactly what they need to do, they don't actually know how they're going to do it. There are a couple of exceptions to that rule. There are several groups which are immediately running towards the edge and very purposefully start leaping off into the sky and jumping between bits of rubble, floating rubble.
Where did we find a dragon?
I mean, there's a giant sleeping one in the.
The edge that you're
We
at.
don't talk about that one.
Probably you guys are probably.
I'm gonna run over there and just shoot the other people.
Oh, that ledge that they're jumping off.
Yeah.
That's on the other side of the island.
Okay, never mind.
The island isn't particularly massive. It's 200 feet across. It's big. Big enough to be called an island instead of just a rubble chunk or something like that, but definitely not the biggest.
Okay, never mind.
Actually, probably 300 feet across.
I mean, we know where a baby dragon is. With the what's her name, and then her dad that's asleep in the Feywild. There's 2.
One is currently healing. The other one, I don't particularly want to take in.
We're not supposed to give away our friends.
Yeah,
That's
that.
a good point.
But I also don't want to capture a new one.
Eliza's gonna step forward. Point of clarification, I believe he said dragon now. So I don't know if bringing back a moonstone, they might count it, but it does seem a little bit overkill. Then again, the point of these things is to gain glory, right? Bjorn, do you think that they would?
I'm
say-
still running around.
We're planning, and he's just.
Do you think that they think a true dragon is better or disqualified? I don't know.
Honestly,
Bjorn!
their traditions, I'd be
I'm running
more
back
scared of what they would do to us if we brought back an actual dragon.
Bjorn,
What are we doing again?
we need to find a dragon now. Do you know where we can find one? We're not from here.
The riders.
Actually, that might be a good point. They're those groups that are running off. They all have the dragon tattoo on them. Maybe they actually know where it is.
Do we follow them then?
Yes. And then I start.
That seems like our best option at this point.
Okay. Are they just
Following Bjorn,
Are they just
but I don't
jumping
have
off,
nearly the
or,
movement
how are
speed
they
that he
going
does.
towards?
So yeah, they're going through the rubble.
Okay.
None of them are hopping on their own riders, but their own dragon to ride. Very
Okay.
notably.
They're headed a very specific direction.
Yes.
All of them are heading to the north. No, not the north. Northeast.
And then yeah, we're Bjorn is leading the way, I guess.
Yeah,
So Bjorn, do you actually see someone that you're attempting to follow, or are you just running?
I would assume that I would at least understand slightly where. How do you say it? Again, Bjorn, dragon.
Dragonel?
No, the
Oh, Pran Doragon?
yeah, Huron Dorganol. I would assume more or less where they came from, right? Because I would assume that every time this happens, we're all coming in from the same directions, right?
Yeah, every time this happens, all islands come from the same direction.
So I would be going towards their island.
Okay, so you're just heading north then?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, and you guys are all just following Bjorn?
Yeah.
Pretty much at this point, yeah.
All right. So as you guys
Thanks,
get to the
Eliza.
edges, Eliza and Silva are following you guys. Bjorn just takes a massive leap off and just leaps onto one of those. So now, a couple of things. Number one, I need all of you guys to make some sort of ability check. Explain to me how you're going to try to navigate it, and I need you to make an ability check to try to keep up with each other. Second, Duger, you are slower than everyone else,
Yes. I haven't
so
even
you're
reached the
already
edge
falling
yet.
behind.
Yeah, I have not reached the edge
So
yet.
everyone fell behind me, and he's falling behind everyone else.
Yeah,
So navigating, are we like on?
I'm in
Currently, you're following Bjorn,
That's it.
unless you want to stop and do something else. Until you guys tell me what you do, you're gonna keep doing what you last told me.
I'll just keep following this guy.
All right. So before jumping, I'm gonna turn around to see where my party's at. I'm gonna see this guy way behind everyone else. I'm gonna run back to him.
Why are we turning back?
Follow them. I'm getting the young one.
Hey!
Okay.
What
All
did
right,
he
so
say?
now you're pointing towards the front
Or
door.
for me to sprint.
Okay.
Short
Who's leading the way right
Short
now?
distances.
I'll just keep running straight, I guess.
I'll tail behind him.
Who are you guys following? The people that he pointed out.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to need one of you guys, whoever's in the
Who's the
lead,
one
to
at
make
the
a
bottom?
perception or an investigation check in order to keep track of them. And now I need each of you, the DC is different because you don't just have to stick together and get through the islands. You need to keep up with these guys that you're following.
Perception check, you said?
Yeah, perception. After investigation.
21.
All right, you are able to easily keep track of them and follow where they're going. All right, now I need so you're picking him up and carrying him, or you're just staying with him?
Staying with him, picking up Karen with him. Either one.
I'm
taking him. I'm taking him to the
DM.
ledge.
You are the player. You tell me what you do.
I'm following with him.
Okay.
Let's go. Right. Let's get this dragon egg.
All right. How are you guys going to attempt to keep up with Fran Doragon? What
How
your
is
method?
it like with the rocks? Are they just like kind of floating up, or what's the terrain looking like?
Excellent question. So, the direction that they're going is deep. Like the rocks, the chunks of rock go from just like floating around like every once in a while to getting actually quite thick. Like there are some places where there's like entire like clusters that are within 5 feet of each other. Some where there's like stretches with none of them. Basically, it's a very. Have any of you guys ever gone bouldering?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, imagine bouldering
Just on the
on a 3D terrain.
Ooh, that's big fun.
That's pretty similar to what's
That'd be
going on.
really
Which is one of the reasons that it's so hard to like follow the warriors that you're trying to follow because the hopefuls. Because like there's so much cover, it is actually quite
you'll
hard
just
to follow
lose
them.
track of them as they are.
Yeah.
I got you.
Going up.
On average, I would say that there's one chunk of rubble every 15 feet or so. The chunks could range anywhere between out here they get even. Some of them are even bigger. Like they range from the small, from basically suspended pebbles that obviously won't support your weight, to things the size of a small apartment building.
How
I'm
like,
almost out of spell slots.
how easy are they to move? If I were to like kick one into like another one,
It depends on the size. So
because I think
they follow the normal laws of physics. It's almost as if they're suspended in the air and then just kind of drifting depending on whatever force acts upon them. So when you kick off them, they do go back the opposite direction from it, but due to the fact that most of them outweigh you by a significant amount, you go further than they do.
Okay.
That is a little bit different for Bjorn, who is significantly heavier
He's a lot
than all
heavier.
of you guys. So some of his do indeed go quite far, but he also has significantly more powerful legs than most of you guys. So he's still actually making about the same amount
I
of progress
think
per day.
what I'm gonna do to try to like keep up and everything is just gonna be like jumping from rock to rock, but pulling almost like a Spider-Man and trying to like push and kick some closer towards him, so my next step is a lot easier, and to like just jump, push one towards it, so like knocks one rock into one, and like domino effect towards it, so it makes it easier to jump around from
All
place to
right,
place.
I like that. I want you to make me 2 ability checks, actually. I want you to make me 1 acrobatics or athletics, you can choose. I assume acrobatics.
Yes.
And 1 intelligence check.
Okay.
So,
Which one's?
when I get to the ledge with my
What
good
dice is
buddy
gonna
here,
help me?
I'm gonna do a perception check to see where they are exactly.
All right, just get a mental layout.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the people that we're following, where they're at.
Just like a
that's
pure
what I'm mainly doing.
intelligence.
Is
All
trying
right.
to figure out the
Go
direction
ahead.
they're going. Nat 20.
All right. So,
What a way to start off.
so you're following them, and so interesting thing. This is not something that like you were necessarily looking for, but like you notice that the warriors aren't just running in like a certain direction. Every once in a while, they'll pause and look around at different things, looking at the rocks, and then they'll correct course a little bit. I want you to make me an athletics check just to make sure that you don't utterly fail and fall into the water. But after you succeed, that will give
I
you more
haven't jumped
information.
yet.
Oh, okay. Well, you notice that certain, like you were able to notice certain chunks of rubble that they're using that I guess they're finding clues or something on that are helping them navigate where they're going.
So I'm gonna notice that. And
Ignore
it seems there's a clue on the rubble. Go look at that clue. I'm gonna grab him
No!
and throw him up.
Where's Galti currently? Out of curiosity, where's Galti?
In his Pokeball.
Yeah, in his Pokeball form.
All right, cool. All right, roll an athletics check.
I got a 13.
Are you going to, what is it? Wait, 1 second before you do that. What is Duger's response to being yeeted by Bjorn?
What? Oh, no, hold on!
What's going?
Oh right.
Can't stop it!
What is your strength? What is your strength modifier?
+0.
Oh, okay, that's a good thing in this case because I was about to add that to the DC for throwing you. Because panicked flailing. But you're not strong enough to make a significant difference.
All right,
from Bjorn.
athletics check.
Please.
18.
Oh my god.
That's not bad.
Duger, you are yeeted up and over most of the chunks of the rubble belt that you're in.
Shadows.
And then you start going to
Over
the
my
thicker
head.
portion of it and land heavily. Actually, not super far from, like, only like 5 or so like long leaps from the point that Bjorn pointed out to you. And you actually landed on a rock, on a piece of rubble, which is that is large enough to support your weight. That's a significant improvement over what you expected Bjorn's mental capacity to be.
Oh, well, I am pleasantly surprised. He mentioned something about clues on the rocks, so I am going to kind of start looking around at the rocks that I am like currently surrounded by.
All right.
I'm like, what is this clue that he was talking about?
So, as you land shockingly close to them, the Hrandoragon hopeful warrior hopefuls are going to just like immediately like start going off on a slightly changed course. But you can see what islands they were, like what little chunks of rubble they were on. As you go, I assume you want to go and try to investigate it.
Yes.
All right. Explain to me your method of traversing when you're not being thrown by Bjorn.
Well, I am going to have my hammer and my gun in one hand, and I'm going to smash down on the rock with my hammer, jumping at the same time, while
Gravity
also
hammer.
putting an arcane jolt into it. And to correct course.
All right. I want you to make. What does Arcane Jolt do again? Remind me, does it add damage to
once
it?
per
or-
turn, you hit a target with magic weapon attack, or your shield defender hits a target. You can choose either to deliver an extra 2d6 force damage, or restore 2d6 hit points.
Is there a limit of how many times you can use that?
5.
Okay, cool. I want you to make me an attack roll.
An attack roll. Very nice.
With my intelligence check, is it just pure intelligence or like?
What skill do you think would be relevant?
Dirty 20.
All right,
Or
you
actually,
are doing
hold
just
on.
fine in navigating at the moment.
I want to say it's. I don't know. I feel like it might be either like investigation or survival of like trying to plot out like, okay, this one's gonna land here and it's gonna plot it here. Trying to use geometry to just, okay, if I hit this, it's gonna ding ding ding.
Yeah, it felt like math to me, and I wasn't sure what ability check that would
Yeah.
be.
Math ability.
I'm not
check.
sure if investigation is the right one, but you know what? One's probably decently good at. You can add a half of your proficiency bonus for math.
All right.
All right. So you are able to easily navigate over and land over. Could you make an investigation check for me?
Yes, sir.
For the intelligence, it's gonna be a 15,
All right. Great.
and then acrobatics. Can I use my heroic inspiration to re-roll this?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
You don't have to ask me to do that. Just
Because
say
it was a 1.
22.
22.
That's much
All
better.
right.
Also, it was my attack roll was a 25, not a 30.
Okay, you are doing great at navigating.
27 acrobatics.
27 acrobatics. Okay, you are easily, like, you are doing an excellent job. Like, you jump land on a rock, and that rock proceeds to drift, bump into another rock, sets up your next jump, gets you from place. You were doing an excellent job. Like, after your first kind of unfortunate experience,
Yeah, after that,
I guess you could say baptism by fire when Boro shoves you over the edge.
Yeah,
You're
now that I
doing a
can
significant
actually
better
jump
job.
off myself, and I'm like, okay, let me think about this, and just trying to use the sailing experience, and he might have, as a child, done the whole swinging from...
Oh, navigation tools is the closest thing to math that we have, and you are proficient in those, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay, you should have had your full proficiency to do that, but
Then that would be 17 instead of 15.
Speaking of using the winds and things like that, Eliza's method seems to somehow be able to find gravitational currents that just temporarily appear between the areas, between things. And she is pretty easily drifting between the things. Silva, on the other hand, is doing a little bit of a mix of what you did and what Duger did. She is
Jumping
using
magic.
the acrobatics, like the acrobatic
She's a
skills that
good
come from it,
jumper.
but she will stab, occasionally she will stab her sword and also a long dagger that you guys haven't seen her use before, but you've seen her carrying, into the rocks themselves, and then using them in order to give herself handholds and footholds on the sides of it in order to jump off to the next rock. So they're keeping up just fine also. So investigation of 22, you said, right? Okay, so there's a couple of interesting things that you find here. First off, you find there's like a round nest-like construction made out of white and brown fur. It's very old and has mostly fallen apart on one of the islands. Well, pieces of rubble, sorry. This particular piece of rubble wasn't being investigated too heavily by the Randoragon hopefuls, but it's there, and it looks a little bit like that furry dragonel that you once saw that one of them was having, that kind of fur. So it might be a sign of one of them. What they did appear to be looking at is an interesting chunk of plant that's growing off of one of the things. It looks like some sort of cross between ivy and kelp.
Ivy and kelp?
Yeah, it's got little like electric blue fringes on the edges of the thing. It looks like it used to be wet but dried out from being out of the water or something like that. And that seemed to be something that was of particular interest to them. Like they were like all of them were looking at that, and that seemed to help them out.
Yeah.
Do I recognize what this is?
You've seen it before. Like it's not super hard to tell. Like this grows all over the place. You've seen it almost every part of the Dragon Sea. You've never bothered to think what it is. There's a lot of weird things in the Dragon Sea. The fact that the kelp has like almost glowing electric blue fringes on it is not something you've ever thought to really think about too much. It's just bioluminescent kelp.
Makes sense.
But they think it's relevant.
I'm gonna take a big chunk, and I'm gonna look and see if I can see everyone in the party. And I'm just gonna say, "Look for this! It seems important!" And like, hold it up.
All right. Anyone that wishes may make a perception or investigation check.
Perception or investigation.
So like just to see this, or
To look for that, if you want to look for it.
Yeah, investigation.
I will be looking for it because I'm the one that told him
Natural
to
20!
go for that freaking clue.
All right.
I haven't started running yet, but
Okay,
I
cool.
wanted to try to like just maintain high ground and look at the other competitors and see what they're kind of doing.
All
Or
right.
if there's anything else past them I could see that they're heading towards.
All right. I want you to make me an investigation check for that, but just an acrobatics check for the moment for the running
Okay.
through the stuff.
Acrobatics.
9 perception.
Got a 14 for
9.
acrobatics.
Okay, cool. You see nothing.
Got a 14.
I'll get
Well,
to
if that's the
acrobatics.
case, I'm gonna be like,
I must not be close enough!
and I'm gonna start jumping to the rock that he's on right
All right.
I got a 7 for investigating.
7 for investigating. What do you get for acrobatics?
14.
Okay, you're doing fine navigating. You get to decent high ground, but like you're not high enough to like really see over everyone else. It's just very high.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
you're just having trouble. Eventually, maybe you'll get it, but like for the moment, there's just too much in the way to see anything. All right. So you got a natural 20. You said.
Yes.
So as you look like you look in the direction that you saw that the Randoragon hopefuls were going, and you see that there appears to be another like growth of like this kelp ivy off of another one of the islands that they're heading towards, and then beyond that there's like in all directions there's some, like you can see some growing on almost everything around here, but it seems to be getting more and more common in that direction.
I think we're going the right side. There's more of it this side, guys.
All right.
Don't know what's going on.
Actually, you recognize this stuff. So this is called drakeweed. People aren't really sure why, but draconic creatures eat it. Like all of them do.
It's like catnip.
It's not like catnip so much as they're not really sure what it does, but it seems to like provide the nutrients that they need.
I'm going to, as I'm still like pushing along, gonna do like a.
It's also useful in certain magical things because it can amplify magic.
Kind of like do a spin as I go to the next rock and just like pick up a handful and just try to pick up much, like quite a bit as I'm going from rock to rock as I grab it, just stuff it in my bag as best as I can. Just more. I'm gonna need this later. Duger can do something with it, I think.
Experimenting with that is going to be a joy for me.
Okay.
So yeah, you're collecting drakeweed. Do you have a bag of holding? I don't remember.
No, just normal bag.
You can pick up a couple pounds of that and just carry that, but after that it gets a little bit heavy and you decide
I'm not gonna overcover myself. I'm like just gonna grab enough that's like. He's thinking if I encounter a dragon, this might be helpful, plus some for Duger, and then after he gets enough, then I'm done.
All right, cool. So, question now for how you want to proceed. Do you want to try to continue to like look for like signs of drakeweed and dragonelle nests or anything like that, or would you like to attempt to follow the Hrandornagon warriors, who are, by the way, pulling further and further ahead every day?
I'm gonna look at the group ahead and see where our group is. How close is Duger? Because
Duger's actually ahead right now because he got yeeted.
Yeah.
But but you guys are pretty quickly gained. Well, actually, his speed disadvantage has been mitigated quite a bit from the fact that the terrain is really weird. It's not difficult terrain, it's unnatural terrain.
Yeah. Great. I'm like, hey guys, hold up. Just group up real quick.
So the
Lose them.
Dragon are running one direction, and then this other plant substance is another direction.
No, they're the same direction.
They're the same direction.
Every once in a while, you're high enough you can see that they will stop and like pick up a handful of this stuff and then put it back down and then point to and then start hitting a slide, like correct their course a little bit and keep going. It seems like they're looking for this stuff.
Flynn, I think we just need to keep running. I see them all the way over there, and they're picking up this stuff too, and just following it.
Like, I see that. I'm worried, however, if we both find a dragon, we're gonna be fighting each other and the dragon.
Well, we're still gonna need the dragon.
You need 6 dragons.
It won't be a big dragon.
All right.
Good job, Bjorn. I like Bjorn.
Like, okay, and then just gonna keep following them.
I say, I got eyes on him. Follow me, and I start just trailing.
I love how Bjorn wasn't worried about the He wasn't worried about the people.
I don't care about
be a big dragon.
All right, so you guys keep on going. For the next hour or so, you guys are continuing to chase them. As the large islands fade a little bit into the blue. You don't lose sight of them because they're so freaking massive, but you guys are out of sight of them. The Hrandornagon warriors also are pulling slightly further ahead every minute or so. You guys aren't keeping up with them. You don't know exactly how far you're going. As you keep going, the chunks, the larger chunks, become more and more common, but not there's almost never a collection of big ones that are more than 10 feet across that are close together. But they're getting more and more common. You keep on jumping. I need each of you guys to make me another version of whatever check I had you make for navigating earlier to see if you guys can keep up with the Hrandornagon warriors.
Attack roll time. Should I expend another arcane jolt?
No.
Wait, so
Maybe.
another
No,
athletics?
no.
Another athletics or?
I got
rolled
12.
awfully.
21.
That's 15 plus 9.
17.
24.
I should roll for those two.
24.
All right, so you guys are going, and Flynn, you're making excellent time. In fact, you for a while seem to be gaining on them. But everyone else is falling further behind you.
We don't like you that.
Yeah. Silva is keeping up with you.
Surely
But-
I would keep up with it.
What did you roll?
I 24.
24? Actually, you're the furthest ahead.
Okay.
I missed that. I thought you said 14 for something.
Oh,
I was
no.
like, bro, you did not roll the greatest. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're the furthest ahead.
Okay.
Followed by Flynn and Silva.
I rolled.
And then these two are just falling further and further behind. And like Eliza's kind of just in the middle ground.
I think for me then I might slow down pace just to like keep up with everyone, stay closer. Well, yeah, why not? We'll stay closer. Spend my rest of the day.
You're just gonna leave.
I would
Bjorn,
probably
you notice
keep-
that your team is slowing down. However, you guys are fairly... Okay, actually another little note. There are other groups of hopefuls that are all over the place. They appear to be doing different variations of like looking for things. Like some of them are just like there appears to be one group that's just jumping as far as they can, far and fast as they can. There's one particular group of people who you actually recognize from your time in Triud, who are part of Fran Renderful, whose boots have sprouted wings and are just flying up as high as they can and trying to find and like looking around. Almost every Fran Doragon warrior you find is ahead of you guys, but you got like the few you see appear to be looking for the Drake weed. You haven't seen any Thron Rothan yet. But like people are going in all directions. Like it's very clear that most of them don't actually know where they're going, but there are people around. There's also occasional groups, larger groups, that look like they're a combination of like 2 or 3 groups of 6 or 6 or more that are traveling in like big packs almost, trying like scouring everything they can find.
Born, what are we doing? We've been going for an hour.
The fastest scout ahead.
Go.
The fast. Aye.
Only problem here, Bjorn, you're the only one that can't find Drake.
Fastest scout head.
The fastest go ahead. If they don't know where they're going, it don't matter.
Like, do we have time for a quick break? It will help us in the long run.
How so?
I'm stopping to like shout back.
It will allow you to scout as far ahead as you can, and we can still somewhat talk and figure things out. I just need to cast a spell.
Okay, fine.
What spell are you casting?
Rary's telepathic bond.
That's a very good one. Okay, you guys now have a telepathic bond. How long does it take to cast that spell?
I'm originally casting, so 11 minutes.
Cool.
So I'm just like,
This will also prevent you guys from having to make a Constitution saving throw in order to avoid levels of exhaustion.
I was like, I'm tired. We've been running for an hour.
You have indeed. You're not running. You are climbing.
We're jumping and climbing
jumping.
and running and jumping.
Parkour,
and
I'm just like, grab
Just
the water
having
skid
fun.
and just.
Also, it's a really weird feeling to fall like sometimes dozens of feet and then land and not be injured in the slightest.
I don't think it's weird.
You guys are the weird ones.
I'm just looking like, okay, just give me a second to catch my breath and I can cast this spell. And then you can go as far ahead as you can, scout out, figure things out, and we'll catch up with you in a minute. I'm just gonna cast the spell. Oh, Duger, I grabbed some of this stuff for you. It might be useful.
What's that?
Oh, well, thank you.
Drake
I'm going to
weed.
Put it in my bag of holding.
Drake weed.
Yeah, it is apparently useful. Drakes, Dragonel like to eat it.
Eat.
Yeah.
This.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
You could try. You can tell me what it tastes like.
Aventara
Which
will
I
try.
wouldn't trust words he says.
Oh.
So I don't know anything about this Drake weed. I would assume that I know a little bit about it, like looking upon it, I would know.
It looks like seaweed.
Seaweed, really.
Someone got it out of the water, or I guess it also seems to be able to grow not in the water.
What does this smell like?
Salt.
I'm gonna quickly just cut it in half in front of his face, and I'm gonna take a piece from him and just smell it
What does he smell?
salty?
and taste it.
What do you
It tastes
smell?
salty. That's
Sorry.
not terrible.
I
It's really salty,
can't
but
do
like
that
it
right
tastes like
now.
a plant.
Does it taste like a pickle at all?
Like I
It tastes like
can't
a
not
what?
do that.
There's just like,
I mean,
gonna
you
take a
could-
bite.
It doesn't
What did we
take
get
all
ourselves
the
into?
vinegar out of the pickle, and yeah.
It just looks
just
straight
look-
up like seaweed.
Just look at you.
It looks straight up like seaweed with a very
anything
vibrant,
you can do that use with that.
bioluminescent blue fringe.
Take a bite.
I don't have anything that I can
think
do
we make
more
stews out of this.
intelligence with.
I think I could get behind.
I think we make stews out of this.
Carlos is eating the drakeweed.
I'm not
So
a
we
mother.
don't know. Does he see drakeweed or does he also see seaweed?
I mean, you've seen drakeweed, like you've seen it around, but like you've never paused to consider like whether you could eat the seaweed before.
Is it like bitter at all? Like poisonous kind of?
I mean, it's a tiny bit bitter, but not like.
Is it
bad.
poisonous? do I feel dead?
Am I dying?
Hey, look, Wesley's character's been poisoned before. Okay?
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first.
As you eat it, you feel fine. You feel a little bit thirsty because it's really salty.
I take it back. Electrolytes.
Electrolytes.
Start drinking water.
I don't know how this helps.
Oftentimes, they don't help in the moment, but it will help later on.
So why are we looking for this?
Do any of you guys want to eat it?
He's like, no, sorry, I can't. I gotta concentrate. I can't really eat while casting a
Why-
spell.
How about you?
Eliza, reach it. Can I have a leaf? Try it out.
Okay.
Eliza tries a leaf.
A leaf.
Not bad.
Not bad.
It's like, all right, we should be good now. And I'm also gonna connect Finn with this. And so all 7 of us are now connected telepathically.
All right.
And I
Wait,
think...
Finn?
You
too?
let Finn into your head.
Yes, I did.
Why would you do this?
You did.
He didn't just
I
let
know
Finn.
a song that gets on everybody's nerves. Everybody's nerves. Everybody's nerves. Immediately starts trying.
You let Finn into all of our heads.
You have to
This
know
is
how
your
it feels.
fault.
You know how it feels?
Really?
Now you know how I feel.
Okay, so yeah, actually, as you do this, you hear a random new voice in your head. Wow,
A
this
lot
guy's
of voices.
massive. And then a creature you've never seen before in your life appears on your shoulder. It has long arms with like human-looking hands on the end. And the more confusing thing is its feet also appear to have thumbs. It's a monkey, but you've never seen one before in your life. It has a long tail also. It hops on. It's wearing a little vest. It hops on your shoulders like, ooh, reaches into your beard and pulls out what appears to be a bug and eats it.
Thank you.
He does that.
There's no hesitation.
All right. Now we should be able to communicate.
Help.
He helpful.
Sometimes.
I help. Lit pulls out a like a reindeer antler dagger with a lunar steel thing and like puts it on his shoulder. It looks like a great sword in his hands. Like,
Oh, I
I
like him.
help.
He
I
does-
like him.
You.
Am I hearing him talk for the first time?
In your head, yeah.
In my head. I'm just staring at him just like, oh no. Oh no, what have you...
He takes the dagger and with difficulty puts it into a sheath that he has strapped onto his back. It's like the kind that would be like this long. Like it'd be a toothpick in your hand, but like for him it's massive.
I go
I
ahead.
don't know
he
how we
comes
got
with
that.
me.
Actually, he has.
He comes with me. And then I'm gonna start going.
Yeah.
You hear it, so the monkey as he jumps off. The monkey's screeching in delight on his shoulder.
Like I don't know how far this
I'm
goes.
gonna tighten my shoes because I got boots of striding and springing.
Yep.
Can I use those just to keep up with this guy?
Oh, easy. If you had told me that, I would have given you huge advantage on.
Well, I'm gonna do it now. So I just
I
tighten
have
them.
regular boots on. How does that?
And I just start jumping
Don't
like
cut
a
your feet
ninja.
as you jump on sharp rock.
And you just see me hopping in the back.
Jangles on.
The fast scout ahead.
Yes, my friend.
So I'm just like, I don't know how far this spell goes, so just be careful on how far ahead you
How
guys
far
go.
does this spell
It
go?
goes as far as the plane goes.
Okay, that's irrelevantly long.
Yeah.
Unless you decide to go to the Feywild.
So I'm just like, I don't. This is the first time casting it, and he doesn't know a lot. It's like, I don't know how far this spell goes, as long as we're just together, and just sees those 3 run off in the distance.
You start hearing my thoughts. I'm just like, how does this even work?
I can hear you right now. Oh. We can all hear you.
We can hear you. It's very fun.
Like,
By the way, Turles, can I have your dagger?
Which one?
I want you to
young
have 2 long
justice.
swords.
I'm just jumping.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll trade you this really cool silver coin I found.
Sure. Do it. He finds a lot of really crazy stuff.
I just like come up to him, just.
He pulls
Pull it.
out a silver coin that has an interesting stamp on it. It also is corroded, like it's covered in tarnish and all that stuff. But it is still recognized. You're kind of surprised that he recognizes it as silver, but it is.
I just jump past him and switch them really quick.
Yeah, I have a new dagger.
Is this just another one of those steel coins kind of a thing?
It has the same pattern as the steel coins on it, with the dragon head and the 2 axes on it. But this one actually has an inscription on the bottom of it also. But
Are you gonna jump and read it?
Is it short enough to read while running and
But
jumping?
he was like, no.
yeah,
I got scared.
What languages do you speak?
I know Elvish, Common, Thieves' Cant, and I think I have to choose another one. I haven't.
Draconic.
Draconic, that was the one. It just was not put on.
All right, cool. You don't understand what it says on it. It's not written in a language you understand.
Okay.
It has runes on it that you can't read either.
Okay.
You don't it's very clearly words, but you don't know what it says in any way, or even more.
Duger might be able to read it.
See, neat. And I just put it in my little
Duger.
coin purse.
Duger can't read.
Duger read well.
Dugu is a very intellectual man, actually.
Cool.
All right, so
Common
That's
sense.
why I
guys-
can't run
We
very
have
fast.
scout group and then tail
Everyone.
behind, catch breath group.
all right, tail behind catch breath group is going on.
So seeing how I'm not following the seaweed, I'm gonna do another perception check to see the other
Because I guess we would have pointed it out.
individuals running
Yes,
in
I'll-
our direction.
I'll look for this. Can I look for the seaweed and the other people?
Yeah, your boots give you enough of a speed boost that it's not that you can easily keep up still.
Can I use perception? Do I have to use investigation?
Whichever you want.
The thing is, we were sitting there for 11 minutes, so we're probably pretty far behind now.
I got a 27.
All right, you are easily able to follow the drakeweed path. In fact, you start gaining a little bit on the hopefuls ahead. And you start seeing one more thing as you're looking around. There are little black shadows flitting around in between the pieces of rubble.
Oh.
Yeah. In the distance, they're not nearby, but
Ron Ruff.
they're out there.
Bjorn,
PTSD.
I think we're having something come up. I don't know what it is. But we're tailing. We're gaining up.
Good.
Also,
could use a good wetting.
Also, the rubble at this point is starting to spread out a little bit more. It's getting less thick for a little bit. You see it thickens again up ahead, but it's the going is getting a little bit harder for the moment. I need everyone to make me so. It's been about 2 hours of travel so far.
Oh, the bond is gone. It only lasts for an hour.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's been
So
another hour,
we did an hour of doing it without it,
And
so
then
we
you
did
did
another hour
So like
with it.
as the time of the telepathic bond is winding down, you guys are communicating it, you guys are figuring it out. As you go, the hopefuls start getting so spread thin that you very rarely see another group.
Okay.
You do occasionally start seeing glimpses of Franraffen now. Sometimes ahead, sometimes behind, and they tend to disappear again very quickly, and you're really not sure how they're getting from place to place. But you are occasionally seeing people there, and occasionally now you will indeed see actual Dragonel. They don't approach you, they're staying away, but they are in the area, which means that you are approaching their territory. In addition, the Drakeweed is becoming kind of ever-present. All the islands have Drakeweed now. Some of them have more Drakeweed, but all of them have a little bit.
So we're all
That means
we're all
that-
grouped back up together now. Is that what's
I
happening?
mean,
Or are
you guys
still
can choose
behind
to
us?
group up again after.
Yeah, as it starts to fizzle, I'm almost gonna say it starts to hit with radio static as the spell starts to wane. And I was like, hey, I think we're losing communication. Just get back together.
I would assume that we got pretty far ahead of them if we are going unrestrained, right?
Decently. You can barely see them in
Yeah.
the past, in the back. You guys can't see the hopefuls ahead.
All right. So seeing that our ability of communication is fleeting, I'd probably start heading back to them,
All right.
and then This seems to not be helping too much. Them dragon lovers seem to not know what they're doing.
I mean, well,
Looks up at a dragon.
Yeah.
It's over.
Like-
This particular variety you're seeing is on fire.
Yes.
The entire thing.
no, no.
That variety, if it grows up, almost becomes a great beast. It's like, I think it's like the third or fourth strongest variety.
Okay. I'm
called
going to
blaze
ride
backs.
it.
Yes.
Before we turn back, I just want to like stop and just take one more granite. I don't forget English. Just look around and inspect everything.
Panorama?
Panorama. And just look at everything before we
Alright.
go back.
Don't do a panorama. Do a 360, like all degrees
Exactly.
above and below. Yes, go ahead. Perception.
I got a 12.
All right.
That was horrible.
You don't notice
About
anything
to be an 18.
too relevant, though you do notice that some of these, the larger chunks of rubble out here, have ruins on them.
Ruins.
Mm-hmm.
Anything like still there kind of ruins, or just like really just like the foundation?
Like at first it's the foundation, but you'll occasionally see something that still has stone carved walls. None of them have roofs. The roofs were probably made out of wood and died a long time ago, but the stone walls were made very surely and are very strong, and so they've lasted.
Interesting. That's really cool. All right, let's go, Bjorn.
The rock
Just start
ladder.
running. Jump.
All right,
Boink.
so you guys group back up. Also, I need everyone to make me a Constitution check.
No!
I'm sorry, I had to remind
Constitution check?
Check, not saving throw.
All right.
Oh man.
I got a 9.
I too got a 9.
I also got a
30,
9.
20.
20. All right, you are doing great, Coryllis.
Good boots.
Yeah, they are.
So is Silva, who rolled a nat 20. That's a waste of a nat 20.
A waste?
It wasn't a very important roll.
Wait, do I get a point of exhaustion?
No, you don't get a point of exhaustion. All of you guys,
I don't know, man.
all of you guys need to take a 30-minute break, or you will get one. Except for you and Silva.
Just gonna like fall down. Just quick nap time. Just real quick. I catch my breath.
You guys have been like rock climbing, essentially, going up and down in altitude for 2 hours straight.
We're also very much higher in altitude than we have ever been.
Mm-hmm.
And probably suffering
We might
a
have been
little
at this
bit.
altitude.
12,000 feet.
And it's entirely possible. I mean,
I've been.
I think it's
high
not for Duger, but I think for like
I mean,
the rest of us.
in real life right now are higher than that currently. So like, it's perfectly reasonable amount of height to be at, considering the ground is sea level.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like as us being on like the ships and everything, going up
You've
and down.
probably-
From those,
You've not been this high, but you've been pretty dang high.
Yeah.
The Northern Isles, you're noticing, is distinctly higher in altitude than anywhere else you've ever been.
I'm just gonna rest for about those 30 minutes, just looking around.
Basically, you need to take a short rest.
Okay.
So what did you guys? I mean, I could hear you in my head, but like at the same time, it got obstructed by Finn singing nonstop, and I was also out of
Finn knows
breath.
a shocking number of sea shanties.
So, what did you guys see on your way up? I could not hear anything. Finn, shut up! Change the song.
Okay.
He's our own radio.
Did you just hear me? Oh, that was me. Sorry. Just running around.
Soon will the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and
Oh wait, turn that up. I love that song.
one day.
He just starts
There's one time, Flynn.
He starts belting the Wellerman in his head.
It's like, this is what I have to endure daily.
How do you not go in
The monkey now opens his mouth and
Who says I'm
speaks
not
out
insane?
loud. Yeah, I could make all of you guys have it too.
You just see me just completely still staring at him.
I thought you were
I
gonna,
talk high.
I thought you were gonna keep that a secret for longer, buddy.
I just like,
Well, they already know I think so. I might as well.
Yeah.
you just see my hand like flexing, reaching for my sword.
like electricity trickles through my fingers. Like, don't think
Will
about
you
it.
trade for the sword? I can't use it, but it looks really cool.
Absolutely not.
What about for these? He pulls out three gold coins with the unique markings on them.
Good money.
Wait. Can I just see one? I'll give it back.
You have to give something in trade if you want to see. I give back when you give back.
Let's see. I have
Pull out a little piece of kelp.
I have exactly what you want.
Deal.
I know I have a coin.
Yeah.
What if I give you a handshake?
Give him one of your coins.
I have
I reach in my pocket, dig around for a second, and then I just pull out a piece of string.
Here, hold out the two.
2? You got anything more than that?
Starts rummaging around in the little vest that he has, and just like comes out and pulls out a button.
A button and 2 gold?
I mean, I think the button's worth it.
I'll take it.
He takes the string and immediately starts tying random things in it. He apparently knows how to do cat's cradle.
That's awesome.
She's like, so, did you guys see anything? I'm gonna just do.
By the way, the inscription's on that one. You can read it.
Oh, nice.
This is written in Old Dwarvish.
An old dwarvish. What does it say?
Karak Duraz I Galad Durak Vilkar. It translates to bound by glory in the light of the warden's beacon.
What is dwarven doing out here?
I walk over to you and I pull out the. Is it steel or is it
Silver.
I pull out the silver one and does this one say the?
Says
Can you
the
read
same
this one
thing.
as well?
It says the same thing. Yeah, it does.
Put those in my bag.
So is this like northern currency?
You guys use it as currency.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of it. The steel coins are a lot more common than anything else.
Would I recognize them?
Oh
though?
yeah, you know it. You know exactly what it says too. You've read it before.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like, it's more valuable than other currency you guys use. You mostly use barter, but like everyone respects this. This is the
Yeah.
money of the ancients.
Yeah.
This is a good gold coin. Don't see a lot of them anymore, seeing how the ancients haven't been seen in a while. But
I found it in the pocket of that dude that said that had a big egg and told you guys 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
what?
Like, I'm laying on my back, like, what did you do?
What?
Don't worry, I gave him a really good trade.
Oh yeah?
I'm scared.
Like what?
I found a really cool carved stick.
Oh
No.
What was that stick again? I know it was really good.
I think it might have been a wand.
It was more than a wand, I think.
I found that in another person's pocket. I traded really good for that one too.
Okay, that's enough time, buddy. And just kind of like pocket dimension.
What the heck is that thing?
I don't know. I've been asking myself that for years now.
I love it when you take out Finn. It's so much fun.
I was like, it's been a minute since we've had him. Time to bring him out again.
If we kill
And now
it,
it's time for him to go away.
that man.
I don't think you know that yet.
Do I want to be holding on to this coin?
It's good money.
It's good money, but it's also that guy's money. I'm afraid of him.
While we're like resting,
Valid.
after that, I'm gonna start recasting telepathic bond again. Like, it kind of ended, but I'm gonna do it again, excluding Finn. It will only I have to hear him this time.
That's a great idea.
Immediately in your head, start singing a very off-key sea shanty.
Buddy, we gotta get you lessons. if you're gonna be singing for us, you
Oh,
need
don't worry,
lessons.
Faith has been teaching me.
Who?
You remember that pixie we met in the Feywild? She's very nice. She knows how to sing very good. She's been teaching me this.
Okay, go.
She
get
learned
lessons.
from pirates, apparently. I don't know how they got in the Feywild. She doesn't know either. But, you know, she learned by watching them and stealing a lot of their stuff because they were being rude and all that stuff, and it was stolen anyway. So she took it and put it in other places.
Information? What? Finn?
I was
What?
about to say, just dropping some casual, very important information.
That's not very important information. It goes by.
Still dad lore?
So wait, no, tell us again. Nah, maybe another day. No.
Passes out.
I'm like, okay, buddy, go get lessons.
So yeah, we're just taking a little short rest then, huh? I'm guessing.
Yep,
That's what
you
it
take
is.
a
Do
short
we have
rest.
any more insights on,
How
on
can I get
where to go next after
spell
this?
slots back?
You don't get them on a short rest, do you?
No, I don't.
I mean, I will tell you right now, you actually do have the stuff that would be necessary. It just might also kill you.
Hmm.
You don't know what Finn's put in your bag recently. He got let out again.
He has taken a lot of things.
What else did he steal from people?
So here's the thing. He's so good at sleight of hand that Duger doesn't notice when he puts things into his bag of holding.
That's awesome.
And I have a decent passive perception. I have a 14 for a passive perception.
I've got a
That's above
16.
average.
Yeah.
I think you would
Do I just
might have noticed
do I
something.
just David, can I just see whenever
You guys have a
putting
lot
stuff
of
in his bag? I have a 20
interesting
You've noticed it like
knickknacks.
4 times today.
Is there anything cool
It's
he's got
good.
in his bag?
You haven't seen what he
Really?
put in there. He
Oh,
hides
okay.
it really good until he puts it in.
He's a very smart creature.
Next time he does, let me know.
I've noticed that you guys have a lot of stuff. You don't use them too much, though.
We use them for the right moment.
Speaking of which, can I have your boots?
No. Well, I hate you. No.
You don't use them.
I need them.
I look at
You can wear mine. Those are good boots, and you
think-
do not use them.
I'm like a size like 9.5. I think you're like a 17.
below average.
Nah, he ain't a 17. He's like a 23.
Yeah. No, I don't think.
Fit on his big toe.
I don't think those will fit me at all.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. But at least use them.
I am using my boots.
Maybe for walking.
That's what they're made for.
Not those ones.
What do you mean?
Going.
Do you?
I look at his boots. Do they look anything?
They look like boots.
Dylan,
you,
I
at
don't.
least.
I think they're
These
just
aren't the ones
normal
I saw
boots.
off
What
of.
do you mean?
What are you?
Those are the ones
Where'd you
you
get
bought.
them?
Yeah, these
Those
are the ones I
you
bought because I returned back. Was it Coryllis's or
They,
Brandon's
they
Spurs?
overcharge you ridiculously for those
Did.
boots.
I was
It
like, I just wanted
10
to know
gold.
about
Yeah,
you
10
took
gold
my
for a
boots,
pair of
dude.
boots.
Because you got drunk.
Where'd you get the boots?
I got them at like the Hearthkeeper's place back in where were we? While you were drunk.
Some random island in the middle of the Dragon Sea.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens.
They
when
must
you
have
get
been a
drunk.
lot of money.
There was like 10,
What?
20 gold pieces.
Oh,
It was a lot of money, but I was desperate because
Wow.
someone wouldn't let me use
I'll
the
give
boots.
you 100.
100.
They're good boots.
I could copy quite a few spells with 100 gold pieces. No,
Why is
I
he
need boots.
obsessed with these boots?
What?
Dylan, can you explain what his boots? Why they're so?
Yeah,
special?
why are these special? Are they like?
What do you
some-
mean? Why? Have you not used them? They fly.
What do you mean they fly? Really hoping they would.
Do they actually fly?
Are you guys stupid?
I'm gonna do a little bit of inspection on these boots. I'm just gonna pick up his foot and be like,
All right,
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
actually looking for it. You don't even need to make an Arcana check. The enchantment's not hidden at all. These are boots of flying. They grow wings. Like those things.
I'm
that you
gonna
saw throughout
slap
Rent-A-Cool
him. I'm just gonna.
For the love of the gods! What was that for?
These are boots of flying, you idiot!
For the fly?
So,
Gosh.
100. Take it or leave it.
No.
What'd you do? Cut him in half. and
Actually,
put him
sorry,
on
they're
your
called
wrist?
winged boots.
Winged
Sorry.
Winged boots.
I was like, no, I need these. Gosh, I would have made. Okay.
Oh, he's like, wait a minute.
Okay, fine. I'll use these. We never did.
How did you know?
They're northern boots.
The Hran Renderful all have these kind of boots. They make them. And you bought it from an island. You bought them from a Southlander who took them from a random empty house that he found in there.
Good deal. 100. Take it or leave it.
I was like, 100 gold for just boots? I mean, they're nice and they look cool and everything. I mean, like,
Doesn't see the inlays of wings.
Just see the literal wings on
I
them.
thought it was just like a design. I thought it was like a trademark thing.
Like
Nike.
Nike.
It's like, that was
Like
like
the Nike swoosh, but with just wing shape.
The PT Flyers.
Air Jordans. Let's go, baby.
So these particular ones, so I'm just going to read the stat block so you know exactly what they do.
No.
While you wear these boots, you have a flying speed equal to your walking speed. You can use these boots to fly for up to 4 hours, all at once or in several shorter flights. Each one using a minimum of 1 minute from the duration. If you are flying when the duration expires, you descend at a rate of 30 feet per round until you land. The boots regain 2 hours of flying capability for every 12 hours they are not in use.
I've not been in use for months.
So they have the full 4 hours, yeah.
Like,
They
do require
these-
attunement.
They do require attunement. But like you're taking a short rest right now.
Yeah, I'm like,
Not only that, you've been sleeping with them for the past couple of months.
yeah, I've had them for a while.
They also just like these particular ones,
Strange.
they activate by saying a command word, which
We don't know yet, huh?
no, you know it. It's the same for every pair of
Oh,
boots.
okay.
It's just the word for fly in your language. What language is mine?
His language. Just like, cool. I didn't know that they flew. Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah. Don't know why you didn't know that already, but
Like I said, I thought that it was just the design. I didn't notice that. Didn't they not pop up with your detect magic?
You haven't been looking at that.
I haven't been looking for boots.
Magic and look
Flynn
at your
has a
grippers.
magic arm and eye. You're used to him having random magic
true.
things
You're
on
covered
him.
in magic, bro. Like, what?
I guess. Cool. We'll use these at some
He hasn't
point.
been looking at your grippers every time.
She's been eyeing my shoes. I'm like, why are you looking at my feet?
Magical.
Cool. I'm gonna finish casting telepathic bond. I'm also gonna use. I'm like, okay, cool. Anyways, not that one. What is it? Arcane recovery to get back that 5th level spell slot I need. So I need that.
That's crazy.
Like,
Nice boots, bro.
cool. So are we good? Gonna look at these. What's the command word? It's like I'm gonna try to say activate in like primordial. And like
Does nothing.
fly.
What's the word?
Shazam.
I don't have an actual word.
Oh,
I shouldn't have
I'm
an
just gonna
actual
say
word.
the word then.
Fly, boots, fly.
I'm pretty sure it's
And then I'm gonna say the word, whatever the word is.
I'm gonna say
I'm sorry, how do you say that again? One more time?
Siun.
Siun.
Seal.
Soon.
And wings go, and you now have a flying speed of your walking speed.
Holy crap. Wow. Soon, soon. I'm just gonna be
Turns off,
active.
turns back on.
Soon.
Activate the activate the activate.
So cool.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be great. Let's keep going. Do we know where they are?
Probably not. You've been sitting here for like an hour.
Sorry, I.
Half of one at least. All right, your
my
short rest
mode
is
of
complete.
travel is on ship, not by running.
He's a pretty boy. One of those fancy lovers.
Now he doesn't even have to touch the ground.
Now he's extra.
Coming from the man over here.
What are you talking about?
I'm not fancy. I'm poor. I don't have money.
Finn appears and
It means
holds
more
out.
than one way.
Finn appears and he has like 3 times the amount of Drake weed he was originally given.
I wasn't holding any.
I just take it from him.
I wasn't holding any.
No,
Have you
he
seen
shouldn't
any
be able to
dragon
get into
elf
my
eggs
bag.
around here by chance?
That's what we think.
Not around here. You have to walk like another hour to get there.
Oh really? What direction?
About 2 years back and then 3 forward.
Okay. Show the way.
Did anybody else understand that?
I mean, you guys can't really cross over anytime you want, so it's a little bit hard.
Is there like normal direction, north or south?
I mean, normally they're east, but not today.
Oh, east. Oh, not today, really. Where are they at then? Oh,
Is there any in this time that you know of?
Probably.
Where?
Well, there's that one up there. He's pointing at the burning one that you guys saw earlier.
No, not that one. No, I don't want that one.
oh.
I mean, there's a really big rock one, like in that particularly big rubble over there.
Big rock one?
Rock?
Okay.
I don't think you want that one.
I don't think so.
I want it.
No.
No, I want it.
No.
Which ones are you looking for?
Ones we can talk to.
I
Or
can't
ones-
help you with any of those. There
ones-
aren't any.
Ones that I
There's
can
still
grab
an
and
eggs.
give to the guy that you gave the stick.
Ah, you want to trade him the
Yes,
the
yes,
dragons?
yes, yes.
Okay, do you want small dragons or big dragons?
Very small.
Ones that I can take to him.
Okay.
Very small.
You have very big hands.
Yes.
No, Finn.
So you could probably get dragons. He tries to stretch far enough, but his arms aren't big enough in order to stretch.
Yes.
That'll work.
But he's smaller. So
Yeah,
maybe
so
like
he wants
this
he
big.
wants like
This
yeah.
big.
I'm like, Finn, you know my size. Egg-shaped, please. In
Ah,
an egg. In
the
an
egg
egg.
ones, the
in,
egg ones.
In an egg.
Oh, the egg ones are all in the nests.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Have we not been looking in the nests? Is this
Not
our
these
issue?
nests. These are old nests.
Oh.
They like to stay together, and the islands drift away. So they move their nests, make new ones.
Do you know where they've made their nests?
Probably near the drakeweed float. They need a lot of that for a lot of them, and there's a lot of them at the nests.
You know where the
Faith
Drake
told me
float is?
Probably by the trail of increasing amount of Drake.
2 years back and 3 years forward.
I think we just need to keep going to the ever-growing supply.
Probably yes.
I worry that if we
Thank
go to
you,
the
Finn.
ever-growing supply,
Okay,
we'll
now do
face
I go
an
3 years
ever-growing amount
forward?
of drakes.
I think.
Well,
at
yeah,
least-
you're not going to find them anywhere where there's not a lot of them. They don't put the eggs somewhere where there's not a lot of them.
Ben.
Did you think this was going to be easy?
No.
How do I go forward or back like
It's
you?
Flynn. It's Flynn.
You find mushrooms
Where?
on the ground in a circle.
Okay.
Preferably a big circle, because you are very big.
Yes.
Taking shrooms. I was like, I thought
Need
you fixed
me?
that, buddy. I thought you got over here.
And then you put magic in it.
I don't have any of that. Except
You are magical, my friend.
the gods.
We all are just like,
Is he gonna dip into cleric?
And then you go in, and then you wander around and hopefully come out in the year you want.
Guys, I think we should actually start packing up by the end of the conversation.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Let's
No one
go.
else trying to learn information like me. He has plenty.
He's very good at it. He actually
Oh.
went 3 decades ahead and then came back one day.
Really?
When was this, buddy?
When you talked with that scary dude in the brown coat, he always knows when I'm around. I don't know how he does that.
Traveler?
Yeah, that annoying one.
That scary guy and annoying.
Can you
scared
put
me.
me 3
I don't like him.
forward?
He's very smart.
Sure.
Little too
Here,
smart.
watch this, and I pull out my compass.
Okay.
Just twist it. Now you're going 3 forward.
No, years.
No, you are. Watch. Look around you.
Oh!
I'm gonna use minor illusion to make it look like just like a display of time going like 3 forward and 2 backwards.
Oh! How many hours?
0.00000000262.
Go. Which direction?
I think we should just.
Yes.
He'll figure it out later.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start
I'm
tailing
gonna-
as he's talking.
I'm gonna go in any direction, baby.
I'm gonna go in the ever-growing direction of Drakeweed.
All right.
It's the direction I'm moving in
Finn
too.
hops on your shoulder and follows.
Good buddy. And send him back to
He
the
boops away.
Whenever you need to go in time, just let me know and I'll send you back.
All right, you guys continue forward looking for it. I need each of you guys to make me another like traveling check, and another anyone that wishes to try to navigate. You may use either survival now or investigation, not perception. There's always straight lead.
27
All right. Dirty 20.
for traveling.
Good
Dir-
job.
Dirty 20 for traveling.
Good job.
21
And then-
for traveling.
Good job.
I'm gonna do my survival now. 24.
So what was the
No,
options?
25
travel,
for survival.
Investigation or survival.
25 for survival.
25 for survival. Okay.
17 for investigation.
Shockingly, after hearing this information about the old nests, you're doing a very good job figuring out which direction the island, the pieces of
course
rubble
I
have
do.
been
I know
drifting.
where I'm going.
And you actually are accurately going the same direction as the other people who are using the amount of drakeweed as the guide. What'd you get?
I got 17 investigation.
Yeah, you are going somehow Bjorn seems to know where you're supposed to go before you go, and you know he's definitely not smart enough to calculate the amount of plants growing on islands.
I'll just start following him.
I got a 17 for investigation.
All right, you're also doing good at finding the stuff. Noteworthy, Eliza seems to be lagging behind. She's still very tired, it seems.
Hold up. Do I have any?
Just look at you,
What
Flynn.
what
Just
race
give you
is
a little
Eliza again?
Over the shoulder.
Human.
Human. Piggyback.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Are you excuse me?
Piggyback right.
I'm sorry. What? Excuse me, sir.
That's a complicated cove.
It's not complicated.
Why don't you carry her?
He's not strong enough.
I feel like as soon as seeing that she's lagging behind, I would tail back and go with her, and just keep pace with her and let everyone else lead.
Romantic.
Just carry her. He doesn't think.
Just hand my water skin, like water.
First the boots, now this.
Am I somewhat close?
Yeah,
30-foot radius.
yeah, sure.
I'm gonna cast Aura of Vitality.
All right, cool. And she's doing fine now. Cool. You guys continue on for a while, and after one more you guys have been traveling heckin' fast, like fast as you guys possibly can.
Yeah, we took a good nap and now we're schmoovin'.
After one more hour of traveling, you looking down at the water below. There's a massive drakeweed flow not too far off.
Ah, yes. The little one led us in the right direction.
This is the first time he's ever done that. Don't get used
What are you
to
talking
it or
about? In the
trust him.
Feywild, he taught you guys how to navigate that place.
That's different. That's his home, not ours.
What a smart young lad. You guys are lucky to have him.
I can't let him hear this.
Extremely. I have a
Oh,
lot
I
of
hear,
very
don't
valuable
worry.
stuff.
You're supposed to be back in the Fate.
I am in the Fey.
I didn't connect you this time.
He can hear out of you probably.
You pooped him out.
I poop him back in.
No, I'm still here.
The boys.
I traded you a really cool thing.
Check my feet.
No, not your feet.
Could you imagine he took them off your feet?
He had
without
it in
having
the
to
pocket.
the sink?
I'm gonna check. Like, what did you do? What did you take?
So, fun fact, you were the one that was carrying Mr. B's Ring of Sending.
Oh,
It's gone now.
Finn.
Instead, there's a silver ring in replacement.
The one ring to rule them all.
I'm like, I'm just gonna examine as we're walking. Like, do you know what this is, Liza? There's
That
a lot of weird
is-
magic stuff. Finn finds things.
Where did Finn find that?
I don't know. He just traded
Oh
it.
no.
Who was the last person he stole from that's not from here?
It's like, this isn't.
That's-
I don't remember buying this for you, so I don't think
Yeah,
this
that's
is
not
yours.
mine. If you could afford that, that would have been amazing. That's a
You
ring
know.
of telepathy.
Telepathy, you say?
I don't think I'm regaining my honor this
We never said we could help you with
Eli
that.
becomes a robber. Or just an accomplice to
I'm
one.
not an accomplice. I'm just like, Finn, stop stealing. But this.
But
Do you see
Flash
why?
not
Do you see
stealing.
why Digger likes to
And
scale
it makes
stuff
sense that I can
now?
talk with you even when I'm in here.
we getting kicked out. We getting kicked out of the clan with this one.
It's like, thanks, buddy. I guess.
You get a little mental image of Finn having a new armband. It's mostly hidden underneath his fur. Can't really see it, but he thinks it's very stylish. I can still talk to you.
I have a little gift for you, Digger.
Oh. Thanks.
Hi, Duger.
Oh no.
Soon may the woman come.
I'm gonna
Welcome to my pains.
sleight of hand, slip it back into his pocket.
Okay, it doesn't matter how good you roll on the sleight of hand. The bacon gun sugar.
I always hear it. He's always in my
You
head.
automatically hear that and just like, oh, it's back. But that's not relevant right now.
This ring is
neither
going to be
here nor
passed
there.
around the party forever.
It's neither here nor there.
Just going to like...
Alright.
It is fun. I enjoy him.
Anyways, I want an egg.
All right, so you guys
Egg.
continue
We want
heading towards the direction of the float, and you start seeing like more of those shadows, and then they start resolving into like solid shapes. There is probably around, in a range to 50 to 80 Dragonel flying around these islands over there, of all different varieties.
Death.
Death becomes her.
As you approach, 1 second, I need to. As you approach, you notice that like the rubble starts thinning out again, which is definitely not ideal because thinner rubble means less cover.
What if you're really good at stealth?
Womp womp.
Whoa!
So, you guys are over here. Dragonel nests are over here.
Oh boy.
Kelp float is basically directly below that. Well, actually, it's more like over here. You also notice in this area that you're coming from the south right now. They're heading to the north. They're to the north of you. Directly northeast of the nests, there appears to be a large gravity updraft, which they're using to go down. Like they dive down, pick up drakeweed in their mouths, and then fly up using the gravity updraft to get back up. These are also relatively low islands. You're only like 1,000 feet above sea level right now, which in terms of, and I mean for this place, that's heckin' low. So yeah, that is your situation. You guys are currently like over in this area. Also, each square in this particular case is 15 feet rather than 5.
Oh,
So we're on the southern side of it, and we have to go more north in.
Yeah, this is where they live. And there's a big gap where there's only like small pieces of rubble between those areas. And also,
And we
as you're
can't really
watching,
jump between these ones.
you could.
Oh, we could.
Like, what's your strength modifier? I mean, strength score?
20.
20.
Then you can have a running long jump of 20 feet.
Oh, perfect.
And what's your strength modifier? I mean, strength score?
I think it's a 1.
Strength score, not
Oh, it's 11.
11. Then you have a jumping range of 30, a long jump of 33 feet because
Boots.
jute boots. So yeah, you guys can still jump between the things. They're longer jumps than some of the other times that you've had, but you've had to navigate things like this before.
Yeah.
Also, as you're looking, there appears to be, on this island right here, there's a particularly large set of ruins.
How far did Bjorn throw
Luger?
last time?
We're gonna say like 50 feet.
nobody else.
Yeah,
saw
but that was also like a good roll.
it. Nobody saw that.
I just saw the shadow.
And nobody will make a mention of it.
That was also a good
Nobody-
roll.
Don't tell the elf.
Nobody throws a dwarf.
Silva's gonna look over at you with like give you the side eye.
Tosh Sylph. She's half the weight as him. More stealthy than...
Silva, not Sylph.
Oh. Silva.
And-
Different person.
Sorry, I'm not.
Very
that
similar
good with
names.
And in Elvish, I will say, don't say a word.
Responding, she's just like in response, she's gonna say, "I didn't say anything."
You're a dwarf that knows Elvish, huh?
Yeah.
How many other languages do you know?
I know like
4 total?
4 total.
That's
yeah,
pretty
3
good
other
amount.
languages.
That's a decent amount.
I am a scholar.
You're
First.
average. You're average.
I'm a surgeon.
I'm a surgeon.
Sort of.
I am a surgeon.
All right, so you guys are looking over, and as you're watching, you notice that one of the larger Dragonel, this one has actually 4 wings and an incredibly bulky body, as well as very large horns that like curve down like this, is going to go over to one of the pieces of larger pieces of rubble that are approaching, and it's going to place its head against it and just like flapping its wings with ridiculous force and pushing it away. It appears that they're intentionally clearing away cover to get there.
They know what's going on.
They do.
They know we want their babies.
They do.
And I think that this would be a good time to take a break.
I think so.
All right. So, will the party end up getting eaten by Dragonel?
Yes.
Probably.
Will the party
Who's
successfully get baby dragons?
No.
Probably not.
Yes. Yes. Very likely.
Maybe
Find
one
out in
very
part
strong
2.
individual, but yeah.
Find out. Yeah,
I didn't
you're
know
right.
it was that strong.
Eliza will probably get one, and the rest of you will fail.
Yeah.
Eliza is the strongest among us.
What are you talking about? She's just a healer.
She's a paladin, is what she is.
She's
All right,
dangerous
and
healer.
we're going to end here. All right, come and
See you
find out
guys
in part 2.
in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.